Shush. Let the princess feel like she's special.
All right,
Yeah,
let's get going right away then. Unless wait, I think the dogs are about to start barking.
Let us get this shit show on the road.
I love caramel apple candy.
All right, so our band of adventurers had successfully uncovered the murder of Gregor. Oh, there goes a sticky note. Of Gregor, I guess we'll have to do with the Claire. Which turned out to be a drow elf. Through a hard-fought battle, you were able to take down the Cobalt tribe that was with him, slay the demon that he had summoned, and subdued him. For this, you were rewarded handsomely with gold, hunter's points, and a map of the continent of Ansor. With your newfound wealth, you went to do some last-minute shopping before you bought a horse, bought a cart, and made your way to the city of Eckster, owned by the Rona family. During the week's travel, you came upon a group of bandits who bit off far more than they could chew, including with the timely intervention of one of the centaurs of the forest. After being escorted the rest of the way to Eckster, you made your way into this grand city, where you set your horse in the Roots district and decide to go and set up a place to sleep in the Raven's Call Inn. Now, as we begin at the start of a new day, what do you all wish to do?
I'd be up early and checking on the horse.
Sure. So you go to the horse. Unfortunately, it is not in its own stable. It's just tied up near the side. But you can see there are several more horses that are also basically tied up to the outside. Your cart is not attached to Brutus, but upon asking around, you're able to find it in a small sort of shed.
Poor Brutus.
I pet Brutus and tell him, just hang in there a little bit longer. You'll get shelter soon, boy.
What are our, like, rations and stuff like, since we just made this long journey?
So
good point.
you had 10 days worth of food. All you had 10 days worth of food. It took you a week to get to Eckster, so that's 7 days, and Big C had also given you for free 10 days worth of food for the horse.
Mm-hmm.
So you have about 3 days for all of you, basically.
Okay.
In addition, I have my tons of food.
Give me a second, my dogs are being stupid again.
Bark, bark, bark.
Fork, fork.
Woof, woof.
They're probably going
I
to be
hear
like
a
that.
bolt gun's really handy for that.
Meow.
So yeah, you've got about 3 days worth of rations between you if you decide to go out and explore. Obviously, while you're here, the city is providing the food and such that you're obviously paying
Yeah.
for.
Hmm.
Taking notes. Alright. Then...
I have 10 days of rations.
You still have 10 days of rations? What?
Yes.
Okay, then.
Counting the subtractions and I hoard a lot of vegetables and fruits, okay?
Okay, then I am going to go downstairs and see if they have any, like, breakfast.
I'll follow her.
All right.
I'll
And
be
I wanna
making
go
my
see
return
how
to
much-
the thing.
And I want to go see what the price of ale is around here.
Okay. So in the inn in Raven's Call, you go up to the bartender, the same one who has his cloak over his head and such, and you says, "Oh, the meal's about 3 copper, lass, and for you, my friend, 5 copper for some ale, or I got some wine if you want some."
Yeah. Okay. Nah, don't really have the taste for the wine. I just go for a pint of ale, please, lad.
All right, and he just pulls up a tankard of ale.
I don't know anyone who drinks as early as you do.
Say
Right,
a
you
while,
have a
last,
liquid
you'll see.
breakfast. Right, how much was that?
5 copper for the ale.
Right.
I'll go ahead and pay 3 copper for food.
All right,
Hey, what?
just for yourself, is it that you're paying it for?
Yeah.
All right. So,
Wait.
Cleric eating.
so the
I'm eating too.
all right. So
I'm going. Can I burst in and just be like, rev up those fryers, because I'm sure hungry.
all right. So it's
I
3
see it.
copper each for all of you. So, so the innkeeper kind of just looks at you all and just says, "Right, it'll be about 5-10 minutes. Just take a seat over there or somewhere." And he just
Alright.
walks off to the back of the to the back room.
Alright.
Just to check, how much? What's like the gold to copper conversion rate?
So it is 10 copper is 1 silver and 10 silver is 1 gold and 10 gold is 1 platinum.
So what's 3 copper? So how much? So
3 copper is about 0.03 gold.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to figure out this how much because I've only got like 47 gold.
So you would get 9 silver and 7 copper back.
Okay, cool.
Only 47 gold.
9 silver, 7 copper.
And I'm paying with a silver piece because I only have silver pieces and gold.
All right, so you get 7 copper pieces back.
Yeah, I'm also paying with a silver piece, so
So math
I'll pay that one as
time.
well.
don't worry.
Don't worry.
So-
Now it's time for everyone's favorite subject, math.
Ah,
Debatable.
All right. So as you're doing your whole
I hate math.
as you're doing
Oh,
your
yes, I am.
as you're doing your subtractions, about 5 minutes pass, and the innkeeper comes carrying several plates full of meats and steamed vegetables. You can tell that it's a lot better than what you had in the Celestine hold. You can kind of tell that this is a much fancier inn comparatively, and the price kind of also shows for it.
Real food.
Hey.
We had a real bath too. Ugh.
Yeah, it's not bad if you forget if you just eat around all the rabbit food. Basically, and I just eat all the meat and just avoid and just chuck the vegetables on the floor.
How rude! I would have taken those.
Can I just
Hey,
look
should've
at it and be
said.
like, you wasteful little shit.
So you watch as Trofnar, grabbing the basket of just vegetables, just takes them and tips them onto the floor.
Wait, no. No, I didn't say the whole basket. I meant like my serving. Like,
Your serving.
were we given, like-
He had plates of meat and a basket of steamed vegetables.
Oh, okay. I thought we were all like given like a plate of meat and vegetables each. I didn't realize it was like a big basket of both. Sorry.
Please
Okay.
If that's, if
All
that's
right.
the case, then I won't try to save the veggies.
But let's go with it. I basically go like, you call this fucking food? We've been trekking miles for that, and you give us what fucking rabbit feed and chuck it in the
All
air.
right, and Elson, you're trying to save it.
Yep.
Make a dexterity check. Some of the veg does fall onto the ground, but for the most part, you're able to save the majority of it.
Oh, thank God. Hey, you don't waste vegetables, man.
So we agree he has to walk instead of riding the cart now?
Yup.
Hey.
Is there anyone else like around us?
There's quite a few people that are around. You can see a few of them are kind of like having these odd looks towards you. Just like
kind of going to keep my head down and pretend that I'm not with them.
Even though you're sat like right next to me.
you're all sat on the same table.
Yep.
Just kind of like scoot away a little bit.
like someone sat on the tube, just do not make eye contact at any point.
Do I see or hear anything interesting?
Make a perception check. You hear someone talking about a new dog that they got for their kid, but nothing of particular notice.
Fair enough. Damn.
Can
I'm
I
like
look
the
see if
freaking
there's?
bard looking for arrows.
Can I check if there's like a nose board or anything?
Looking around, you could tell from coming in that there doesn't appear to be a notice board of such in the inn.
I go and get another flagon of ale.
All right, and so you put down 5 copper, and he just puts another one down in front of you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Dude, should you really be drinking this early?
Hey, it's you know, it's never too early. You got to start. You got to start. You know, you got to start it as you mean to go on, mate.
I'm going to quickly finish my food as this idiot just gets drunk again.
All right, so
Yeah,
we'll say for
just going
brevity that you all eat down on your meal. Drofnar, you finish your second pint of ale, and at this point now you've finished eating, you've finished drinking for now. What is it that you're going to do then?
I am going to go to the innkeeper. Did he give us his name?
He did not.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go up to him. And
All right, lass.
Excuse me.
Hmm?
Do you know where the Plains Hunter Guild resides here?
Yeah, they're the Treetop District. Look for a circular building. There's only a couple of them like that, but it's got like a sort of cage up on top. That's where all their pigeons and such are. It's near the You see the tower. You see the tower that's over there, which you all saw when you came in. There was a tall tower. If you get near that, you'll find the Plain Hunters Guild.
All right then. And has there been anything of interest here as of late? You know, asking for rumors and stuff.
I mean, Blood Pits are opening up again in a couple of days.
The what?
The Blood Pits. It's you're new here, aren't you?
Yes.
All right. Well, the Blood Pits are it's sort of a tournament that happened. It's basically in celebration of, you know, like all this shit that we do used to be like all about fighting. The Blood Pits is something that Eckster tends to do every now and then. It's in the morning you got like a gladiatorial fight. It's a one-on-one tournament. And the afternoon you got the main event, the Blood Pits. It's a sort of endurance round against various creatures that we've captured and such.
Right.
I think
And,
that they're
Wait. So I sort of overhear them talking vaguely about fighting. And
I'll say make a perception check to see if you can hear the conversation.
Yeah. Can I hear? I'm gonna see if I can hear the conversation.
Yeah, make a perception check to see if you can hear it.
Blood pits. Okay, where's perception again? Perception is that one there. I can't.
You hear the occasional word, but not enough to get like a proper idea of what they're on about.
Yeah, okay, just wondering.
Is there, like, you said it was a tournament? Is there some sort of like prize or something?
Yeah, so You can obviously bet on who's going to win the Gladiator tournament, or Blood Pits, you bet on how far they're going to get. Cash prize for the winners and everything. Seen a couple be crazy enough and enter the Blood Pits and bet. Usually winds up pretty good for them when they think they're going to win and they come out bottom of round 1.
So, like, have I ever actually heard of this? Is this, like, something that...
Make an intelligence check.
Like the Royals attend or something? Make an intelligence check, he says to the girl
Yes.
who's dumb as a box of rocks. What's the deal?
Is this you on Embassy?
You know nothing.
There's,
Did I miss a lot?
there's fighting, but that's about it.
Okay.
Oh, nothing.
This is what he's told me. Never seen it. Alright. Alright, I'll have to keep that in mind.
I mean, the town criers are probably going to be making their rounds soon. They'll probably mention it too. As for anything else, I mean... nothing that I can think of.
Alright then. Alright. Thank you very much then.
No problem,
Bark.
lass.
Oh, by the
Bark.
way, I
Bark,
didn't
bark.
quite catch your name last night.
It's Brynjolf.
Brynjolf.
Alright then. Thank you. We'll kind of go back to the group then.
Alright.
I have no idea how to spell that.
I'll spell it out for you. Bravo, Romeo,
Yeah.
Yankee, November, Juliet, Oscar, Lima, Foxtrot.
Oh, it's like the guy in Skyrim who inducts into the Thieves Guild.
Basically same spelling.
Alright
Wait.
then.
Okay,
I
yeah.
will-
Oh, I almost got it right my first try.
Oh, dear, good effort, mate.
Replace the Y with a J. Or the second Y with a J.
Brynjolf.
Alright, I will head back to the group and I will tell them about the new Pigeon Palace and the blood pits.
Blood pits, huh? That sounds lovely.
Hey,
Someone's
it
gonna
does. Sounds like a
It's
blanket time.
apparently this giant violent tournament that they hold.
Sounds kind of barbaric.
That's
Yeah, I
amazing.
was asking about your Trofnar. Which of you two wants to fight in it?
What?
I do, thank you.
Why are you fighting?
Because there's money involved.
Evie.
And you two
Evie.
are strong.
Hey, it seems like apart from me and Princess, the rest of you are made out of tissue paper.
As
I think-
just a reminder, because for what Nemesis says, Brynjolf specifically said that the Gladiator tournament is strictly 1 versus 1, no teams or anything.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
like,
someone's driving a car and
if
getting
you
McDonald's.
die,
Well, you never asked.
That's a big if.
well, if you're so concerned about money, why don't you fight?
I mean, to be fair, like,
You've
it
seen
seems
me
like it's
battle.
good fun anyway. To be fair, the money's just an added bonus.
I think you're all kind of crazy with this.
Hey, well, you
For
would
once,
do fun,
I
boy.
agree with the bard. But, you know, if you want to go and beat some heads in and get your head beaten in, I certainly won't cry about it.
Right. And
Oh,
guess
how
what? And
sad.
guess what?
We shared rooms.
You'll be pretty damn sorry when I'm across the entirety of Ansor as the mightiest champion of the world.
Right.
I don't
I
think
had
that
that
includes
one.
the championship belt. Or if it does, it's not one that would fit you.
I mean, like, alright, fine, maybe not world, but maybe like intercontinental or something.
From what I heard, there's no real concrete prize. There's just betting.
Well, yeah,
Gambling.
I bet on, yeah, the money. Yeah, The money
You're going to
prize
bet
would be
it
my
yourself.
winnings if I betting on myself. Thank you. I've got like 50 gold. Like, I'm guessing the odds on me being a newcomer would be pretty slim. I can make a pretty penny from this.
I just have 15.
Wait. So, are you guys all going to bet on me to see if I win?
Of course.
Princess, you going to bet your estate?
Generous.
Yeah,
Wait,
why
so-
not?
Princess, if you bet like your noble fortunes and your estates and your houses, does that mean if I win, they technically become mine?
As if I would ever bet something like that.
Yeah,
Sure.
clearly but the horse.
You never know. You could.
No, we're not betting Brutus. Brutus is off limits to bet.
It was a joke.
Good
Why
idea.
don't we
Evie.
just keep this down to simple money? I highly doubt that he's going to win anyways.
Nice. Well, thanks for the vote of confidence.
I will bet my feather too.
Hey, you saw how I fucked up that demon, didn't you? Back in the cave. I can handle some poxy gladiator. No problem.
If I remember correctly, Harvey is the one that took it out.
I helped. I basically cut his I nearly cut his leg off.
Wait a minute, are there any rules against enchanting somebody?
So, I don't think
You
it
have no
happened.
idea.
We're just kind of chatting in the inn right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just talking in the inn. I mean,
I'm getting a weird like Always Sunny in Philadelphia kind of vibe.
Can I just casually just step outside?
sure.
It's just
Hi, I'm not drinking mead. I'm cultivating mass.
So so Delson, you take a step outside of the Raven's Call Inn, and you can see it is rather busy, and you can see that there are town criers out saying the daily news. It's currently about early morning at this point.
I'm just going to sit back in the sun as they continue to argue.
All right. We'll say, for the sake of brevity, so that this isn't just an episode of arguing in a tavern, that
Yeah.
you eventually finish your arguments and your discussions, and you leave the Raven Calls Inn. At this point now, the criers have gotten nearby, so you do see them walking about with their parchment, ringing their little calling bell, and you hear them.
Oh yeah.
No, they don't say,
what
oh
do
yeah, oh yeah.
they say?
So they say you don't need to do a perception check because they're obviously trying to be as loud as possible so people can hear. They say, skirmishes on the Dra Great One border. Lord's Guard mobilized to hold the passes. Siege weapons spotted in the Gilgamesh hordes. General Murak claims that the grasp will hold. Unknown explosion in the Platinum Hold mines. Unknown number of dwarfs and various others dead. Rona noble Marian Rona stripped of her title and connection to the family for bribery and breach of the Yuvslok Eckster agreement. All assets are to go public auction after the blood pits. Blood
Ooh,
pits
you're gonna
due
have
to
to
begin
slow
in
down on
2
these.
days. Well, the cry is not
Okay.
obviously. He's just going by saying
Yeah,
them as
yeah.
loud as possible.
Okay, so I believe it was Mariah Ronan was stripped of her thing.
Marian
Yeah.
Rona.
Do I know her?
Explosion?
You do not. You don't know much
Mysterious
about the other
explosion in the
families.
Platinum Hold mine.
Okay.
What else was there? Siege equipment in some sort of army or some sort of
The
horde?
Gilgamesh Horde have been spotted with crude siege weapons, but someone called General
Okay.
Murak says that the grasp will hold. None
The
of you know.
grasp will hold.
Yeah, none of you know what that is.
Wait, you said grasp, right?
Grasp, as in like grasping something with your fist.
Okay, I thought you were saying grass. I'm
No.
a little hard
Yeah,
hearing.
same.
And the other one was that there's skirmishes on the Jara and Great Worm border, and that the Lord's Guard are mobilizing to hold the passes.
Okay.
And they obviously
Okay.
mentioned the blood pits.
Yeah. Sporting event of the season.
All right.
It's the granddaddy of them all.
And what did he mention about the blood pits? Just that they were like starting soon.
Just so that they were going to be starting in 2 days.
Okay.
2 days. Okay.
Now, can I just check? Do I
I would say no, because you're from Underrock, it's clear on the other side of Ansor. So you would know stuff of like Lesdor or Ulmendal, but you wouldn't know much about Eckster because it's across the Stull River and clear on the other side of the continent.
Okay, and also I'm just guessing because it's a dwarven hold, so I'd know stuff about Platinum Hold.
You know, Platinum Hold is indeed a dwarven city.
But apart from that, nothing.
You haven't
And
visited
did
it.
they say that the mines in Platinum Hold?
Yeah, it
Exploded.
said that there was a mysterious
There was an
explosion in the
explosion.
Platinum Hold mines. He didn't say if it was like multiple mines or any mines. He just said there was an explosion in
Just
the mines.
in Platinum Hold.
Yeah, just in Platinum Hold, specifically in the mines area. Which you know, Platinum Hold is mines, but you don't know how many or.
They probably dug too deep.
Platinum Hold has dwarves,
Yes.
and there's now there's a less number of dwarves in Platinum Hold.
Exactly. You have a deficit of dwarves.
Population decreases by 5%.
Billions dead.
All right.
Okay.
So as the cry goes past, what do you all do?
I'm gonna look at Princess. And be like,
Wait. And wait. I just sort of like, of course, as a dwarf, I just sort of hear like explosion of Platinum Hold, and I basically stop and go, wait. What's going on at Platinum Hold, mate?
Are you trying to catch the town crier?
Yeah.
All right. So you catch the town crier as he's going through his rounds again. Skirmishers. What? What is it?
You said something about like explosion at Platinum Hold. What the hell's happened?
I don't know. I'm just told to read this stuff out.
So you know nothing about it. You know, literally just there's been a big boom at Platinum Hold. There's nothing fucking else.
No, I just go. I get my instructions on what to yell out during the day, and then I yell them out.
For fuck's sake.
Are
Right,
we
so
invited
what the
to
hell
this?
you are?
Skirmishers on the drag rate, and he just walks off.
Yeah.
You-
For God's sake.
I was about to say you could have asked like who he gets his information from.
Fuck off, eh?
yeah.
I mean, you could have asked him. I'm not the only one here, love.
You were the only one concerned.
Huh?
I'm
thanks.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I get worried when I hear that dozens of my
Okay.
kinsmen have died.
Your whatsman? I'm sorry, I can't hear you through your accent.
Listen, other dwarves, love. Kinsmen.
Thanks.
Fucking hell.
Kinsman?
Kinsmen.
He said kinsmen.
Aye. At least someone can fucking hear me.
Yeah, it's like his people.
Aye.
How I guess I would consider mine would be
How the hell does
considering
some common farm boy no common better than the fucking royalty?
because I actually listen and we've actually done business with dwarves and halflings before, so we know
I see.
the accent. So from where I'm from, I guess I would say that my people would, from my mom's side, would technically be wood elf as well as human.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
accents aside, should we figure out where this blood thing is? Do we have to sign up in advance? We should really figure that out.
You can. I mean,
We want to risk your life.
you can ask around if you'd like.
Alright. I will go ahead and look for someone who might know.
All right. Make an investigation check.
Alright.
For fuck's sake.
It's odd. It appears that your attempts at conversation kind of fall on deaf ears as everyone's just in the hustle and bustle. It gets to the point where you even start to ask children if they know, and they just look at you with confusion and a bit of fear of this large, looming person just asking them about something called the blood pits.
Can I investigate instead as Princess is just asking children?
Okay.
I shall roll investigation check.
Yep, go ahead.
Hey, little guy, do you like
They're
gladiators?
in this town, they must know.
You
Found
find
a giant rock.
your intention to not speak to. You kind of have a moment of madness, and you're asking a stray dog to lead you to the blood pits at one point.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, a giant
it's
rock.
Oh my god.
Alright, tell you what.
I'm pretty sure this rock knows where the blood pits are.
Okay, fine. Can I have a go looking for the fucking blood pits? Alright.
Investigation check.
Okay. No. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a look around for the biggest, toughest guy I can find and ask him.
Okay, investigation check.
Watch him get a 5.
Come on, don't fail me now. Investigation.
fail.
You're not able to find like the biggest and baddest, but you kind of realize that since Brynjolf told you about the blood pits, he might know. So you walk back
So we find
inside
Brynjolf.
to speak to Brynjolf, and he says,
Zag.
"Oh yeah, it's treetop district. Again, it's like use the tower as a landmark. The side that has like the big window. If you just follow that, you'll see like a big coliseum like set into the ground. That's the blood pits. Look for a guy called Burr. You can't miss him. He's a massive lad."
Right. Really, thanks very much.
Still talking.
Dad, I said I was gonna do it. And sorry guys, just dealing with families looking at me in complete disappointment.
Alright.
I'm okay.
So,
So Trofnar finally finds the location of the blood. It's not like a perfect description of it, but it's enough for you to go by.
yeah.
So it takes you about half an hour as you're trying to you eventually have to go into the treetop district, as people call it, which means you do get checked over and such to make sure you're not carrying anything questionable, but they let you through mostly.
Except a massive axe, apparently.
They don't mind. They don't seem to mind with the weapons. They just when they see your weapon, says, "All right, just make sure that stays visible. We don't want any hidden stuff. All right."
What about my snake venom?
And my bugbear dick.
I'm sorry. What?
I still have that.
You
Yeah.
do, although at this point there is a smell coming from your backpack, and it's not a pleasant one.
I'm used to fetid smells. I just don't notice it.
I mean, 9 days of travel with no refrigeration. That thing is rotting.
To be honest, I haven't had a shower in a while. I assume that's me.
Uh,
And I just bathed recently.
so with the mention of steak, it just says, all right. Why do you got have you got permission for that and such?
Well, I am a licensed alchemist.
Do you have proof of that?
Can I show him my guild membership?
Yeah. So you show and says, all right. Just keep it in the vial, all right?
Understood.
All right, and lets you all in. So you continue walking through. You can see in the Treedot district, this is where the other half. This is where the better, lot live. Fancy houses, people dressed, in beautiful clothes and such. You can see also as well it curves upwards towards. What you notice is a large, essentially a castle. Just deep set on an elevated area, which you assume is where the government area is. But one thing you also notice is as you walk by near one of the walls, you see a large pillar. It's not the tower that Brynjolf was referring to, but you can see at the angle you're at, covered by the pillar, you can see an airship, a rather large one, just sitting there in port.
Cool.
You keep going for about another 10 minutes, going past the tower, and eventually you arrive at this.
Don't fail.
It essentially looks like the Roman Colosseum, but it's sunken into the ground partly, so it's
Okay.
at the bottom of like this slope.
So, but it's gigantic, I'm guessing.
It's from what you can tell, it's pretty large. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I think
it's
I'm just like taken aback by it. I think.
yeah. Basically, it's about because it's a very like steep ramp going down 100 feet. So at this point where you're standing, you're about like the third arch from the top. That's basically how far down it is.
Are there other people here right now?
You can see a couple of people here and there. These lot are more like battle equipped and such. But you can see that they've got like wooden swords and such. You get a feeling that they might have been like sparring or something like that.
All right. Do we see anywhere to like get more information or sign up or something?
You can
I don't know if
always
they have a booth, but
you can always ask around.
oh yeah, that went great for me last.
I'll
go ahead and
go ahead and
I
make an
will-
investigation check. The DC is pretty low because you're searching in a specific area as opposed to the whole city. It takes you about 15 minutes, but eventually you're directed to this large Goliath, heavily scarred, covered in various animal pelts. You can see his left eye is completely like shut from a scar going across it, and the other one is sort of slightly misted. And you can actually see what appears to be like a piece of leather across part of his jawbone. And as he turns around, he just looks at you, and you see, for someone as intimidating as this, you see him break open with a wide smile. You can see several missing teeth and several that are broken. He just says, welcome to the Blood Pits, adventurer.
Oh, what was his name again?
Is it Herc?
Burr. B-E-R.
Burke.
He's a big
which,
teddy bear.
which you assume because he kind of fits the description. You don't see many Goliaths here, and he's the
Right.
biggest and meanest looking of them here.
My sister just trying to get in.
Yeah.
Excuse me there. My friend is trying to get himself killed by signing up for this tournament. Do you know if he can do that?
You sign up on the day. For the gladiator tournament or the blood pits, which one?
There was both.
And the Trofnar.
No, yes, so the blood pits are like one-on-one tournament in the morning, and the blood pits is like a group against monsters. That's in the afternoon.
Oh, a
Right.
group.
Yeah, but we have some people who have these dreams of glory of being like, oh yeah, I can make it through the blood pits by myself, and they don't die, but they get pretty fucked up.
Alright. So guys, how about I do the tournament, the one-on-one tournament by myself, and then we all enter the blood pit, alright? We all bet on each other, and then we all split it 5 ways.
You want to
Is
do
it
both?
really worth it?
Yeah, is it worth? I mean, if we're going as a team, we might be able to stand a better chance
Hey,
considering.
you see Burr start shaking his head. Sorry, mate, you can't do both. It's too dangerous.
Yeah,
Aw.
that's what I was about to say. That
Too fucking dangerous.
Have you seen some of the shit that gets thrown at you there?
Have you seen,
We're new in town.
have you seen the size of my fucking axe?
Wonder what your axe would do against a... what are they called? Yeah, undead minotaur.
And
undead
what?
Minotaur.
Yeah, we got a couple of them.
It's worth a swing.
Excuse me for a moment. I'm just
Fair
gonna
enough.
look at Evie.
Well,
I mean, what's the real harm in doing both?
Well, the problem is that during the gladiator tournament, you heal between rounds, but if you get fucked up at the end of it, you're probably going to be too tired for the blood pits, so you're going to get fucked up in there too.
and the gladiator tournament and the blood pit are the same day, aren't they?
Yeah, same day. Morning it's the gladiators, and then afternoon it's the blood pits.
Alright, so you just need to remember for the gladiators not to get too fucked up, and then we'll be fine.
I mean, if we get you
I
drunk
don't-
enough, you might
I
not
don't
feel
see
that
what the
much.
problem is, personally.
He just has a death wish.
I mean, it's not a case of if you're going to get fucked up or not. It's the Rona family specifically say you can't be in both.
Again with the princess.
Hmm?
Is there anything you can do about this? Like, if we want to fulfill this dwarf's death wish.
I mean, if you want to beat the shit out of each other, you can always rent out a small spot here to do so. But it won't be in the gladiator tournament if you're doing the blood pits.
Now wait, we could fight each other?
Oh, yeah. It's a gold an hour, but yeah.
I'm in.
Aye, likewise.
Uh,
And me and Nemesis just staring daggers at each other.
so you
I
want-
guess I'm going in to keep these guys from completely murdering each other.
I'll
So-
collect the bets.
So wait, you want to do this like now or when?
Oh, I'd like to fight this stupid drunk in the tournament, actually.
Okay, in that case, I'm not gonna.
Oh, this will be fun.
So
Yeah.
the two of you want to
Why
go
not?
into the gladiator tournament, yeah?
Yes.
Aye.
I'd also like to kick his ass.
I'd like to see her fucking try.
Shit. Okay. Well.
As you can see, we're working some stuff out.
I mean, you could always just beat the shit out of each other in there now if you'd like.
What do you say, Princess? Bit of a practice round?
Oh my god, you guys, you need to chill.
And Burr looks
Okay,
to you, Delson, just
so-
says, Did I do something wrong here? Is it bad?"
So, in
No, you're doing
the
everything right.
tournament, how does it go? Is it like we fight other people and we also fight each other eventually?
No. So it's like, so one person comes in, and another person comes in, and they beat the shit out of each other, and they both go off, or losers dragged off, and then another one comes in, and it keeps going like that until you've got no other people left.
All right then.
It's not like a free-for-all. We did that once. People died.
All right. Then I think we are still going to enter the tournament and see who can hold out longer. But yes, I'd also like to fight him now.
Okay, that'll be 1 gold for the hour.
All right then.
Alright.
Evie,
And-
should we just leave them to their devices and go to our new hunters?
And he takes the gold, and you can see he's got like this look of confusion where he's like, "Have I done a good thing here?"
I'll
Uh,
toss them like 2 more gold to extend their
You
time.
look so thrilled.
Yeah.
I am
I
ready
do
to
love. I do love.
have
Like, I do love. We're not even like half a dozen of these sessions. We're like a half a dozen sessions in, and the people who in real life are boyfriend and girlfriend already want to kill each other. I love how this has worked out.
Right, just give me a second. Jason! Oh, Jason! A little bit later, you see a half-elf come walking on. He's rather small, rather thin. He's just wearing white roses. Yes, Burr? These two want to kick the shit out of each other. Make sure they don't die, alright? Certainly. My name is Jason, and I will be your cleric. I will
Where the Argonauts? Oh.
I will try to endeavor to make sure that you leave at least bruised, but not dead.
He's a good boy.
Are
It's
there
sort of my
any
job.
rules for this fight, or is it just like we do what we want?
Well, if you're fighting now, then no rules. Gladiator pits, there are a couple of rules, but that's a bit different.
No rules. Perfect. All right,
Oh,
then.
jeez.
I'm gonna pat Jason on the shoulder. We have a lot of work to do.
Very well. Allow me to lead you to the inside of the arena, then. And he begins to walk off at rather brisk pace.
I'm so happy. Okay,
I know, right?
gonna
I'm-
follow him along.
I'm so sorry for this boy.
Okay.
Already.
So
Welcome, Paladin.
Delson and Evelyn, are you guys like following, or are you doing your own thing?
I'm following. I'm trying to bring a crowd with us.
Okay.
I guess I'll be following too. I guess I'm going to be doing freaking play-by-play commentary.
Okay. So
Are you two now very Bookie's office?
so
Hey, where are your freaking managers?
Just shouting, "Come
Oh,
see
yeah.
the princess fight the drunk!"
so I don't have a map for this, but given it's just one-on-one combat, I'm pretty sure your imagination will work here.
Yeah.
Come on, come
I
on!
want to see. Can I have like the fantasy world equivalent of like the Mouth of the South, Teddy Hart or something, or Bobby Heenan?
Come on, come on! Come
what?
see them!
No, I'm kidding. No, that's a joke.
Yeah.
I wouldn't-
Wrestling references.
Yeah, it's a...
Okay, that's probably why I don't. Yeah. Okay.
Come on, come see the Ballet Princess. Pride of her people, never see fight the warrior drunk.
Okay.
101,
God,
today
he's
only.
Wait. Like,
Week offer for admission.
wait, wait, what did you call me?
I don't know. So,
Surely
you
I'll be called
arrive.
Frost of the Terrible.
You arrive in the pit. You can see it's, as I said, it's like a Roman gladiator pit. There's sand on the ground and such. You can see there's various other people that are basically sparring with each other. And as you like arrive in the pit, Jason says, obviously we can't have you cutting each other's heads off. So and he like runges in a small pouch and pulls out two small like circular rocks. I'm going to have to ask you to put these on your weapons. They are dulling charms. They will just make it so that you're not going to cut each other's heads off.
Even if we hit them really, really hard.
Well, you hit them really, really hard, you're probably going to break a bone. There's just...
That's fine.
Okay. So he just, like, places them in. You can see, like, some smoke rise from the rocks, and as he pulls them away, there's an imprint of the rune. And as you, like, you test it, like, you, like, hit your hand with the axe, it hurts because you're hitting it, but it doesn't, like, cut.
Cut off, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't, like, sever it, but it's like...
I don't know how my warhammer would cut off a head, but...
well, for you...
Hey, you gotta sharpen those hammers.
Like, even though yours is a warhammer, he still just has, it's better safe than sorry, you know? And he just, puts it on your hammer.
Haven't you replaced a head with your hammer before?
Yes. And I mean, I'd say that I wouldn't aim for his head, but frankly, that's all I could hit at his height.
Okay. So, he indicates for you to step 30 feet away from each other. And you just say, he says, all right. Ready? Go! Roll initiative, the two of you.
Woohoo!
Just go ahead and roll it. I'll just add your stuff in by myself.
Oh my god.
What is with your guys' rolls today?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw
I
you.
think
Good.
you cursed us.
I'm just gonna throw your stuff on.
Fuck. Oh.
And they're off.
Okay, so Trofnar, you are kind of put off guard by how quickly Jason just starts the fight, but you go first. What do you do?
What sort of distance are we again?
You are 30 feet away from each other.
Okay. Do I do the obvious of just run and hit her with an axe?
I don't know. Do you do the obvious and run and hits with the axe?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Actually, let me just check to make sure. Let me just check to make sure your run speed's got. You've only got 25 feet. You would actually.
What about like leaping, jumping this?
I'd say make an athletics check if you're gonna try and do that, just to see if you make the distance. Yeah, no, that you can. Okay, so yeah, you can make the distance with a long jump. So go ahead and roll an attack.
I would love to.
Brave jump.
25 to
Yeah,
hit.
hit.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage. Yeah, I could probably get some better
What's that
music.
again? D12.
D12 plus your strength modifier.
4. Yeah. D12
Let's go
plus...
with this one.
He just went Saxon Hale.
Who?
Saxon Hale, TF2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
CEO of Mancore.
Okay, so you take 15 points of damage, and see as you watch as this stout dwarf just charges towards you, and at the last second jumps upwards and swings down. You're not unable to like react, and it hits you hard in your collarbone, knock you onto one knee, but you're able to like get back up.
One knee.
Like the sheer impact of it, just like, 'cause again, you've got a warded blade, so it can't.
Yeah. So
like,
we're
slice
basically, I'm
through.
basically fighting with like toy swords in a way.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
But like the damage is still going to be the same. It's just it's not going to like. There's no chance of you cutting her in half, basically.
You
Oh.
probably
You can
did
take her down, but you can't murder her.
Well, I can bludgeon her to death, surely.
I mean,
Sure.
you're certainly free to try.
Yeah, the moment this starts getting that violent, though, we're stepping in.
All right.
Okay,
Would you? Are you quick enough though?
we'll find out. Okay, Nemesis, it's your turn. You feel
I
a
mean, I have
sharp
magic,
pain
so-
in your collarbone as the blade kind of just lifts away. It's a bit weird because you know it's an axe; it should cut in, but it's just left like a really nasty bruise on there.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and smack him in the side with my hammer.
All
since
right,
I'm on my knee, I guess.
roll an attack. It was like you went down to one knee, but then you pushed yourself back up as the blade went away.
Oh yeah.
So you're standing
All right,
again. It's just
do I
you know.
have my shield with me? Actually, now about it.
You should have gone for the head.
I mean, do you have your shield on or not?
Well, I'm saying like in this fight, am I allowed to have my shield?
No rules.
Okay, then yeah, I have my shield. I needed to know for one-handed or two-handed.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, you can always sacrifice like being able to hold your shield to two-hand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that hits, though.
Yeah, get a fuck, sweetie.
Okay. Then.
So you slam
I
your
am
you
just
try.
going to,
So you raise your warhammer to slam it down, but you see Trofnar just like grab the side of the blade and just like basically cause it to meet, causing just a stream of sparks as the side of the blade and the hammer impacts.
Okay.
then. I.
So are we now both like back on our feet?
Yeah, you're both on your feet. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm checking all my stuff.
Got an idea. Can I?
Damn, that's like- okay.
I mean, are you doing it because Nemesis got a bonus action still?
Okay. Okay, she does. So sorry.
And I can't do anything right now. So.
Okay, so that's the end of your turn. Okay, Trofnar, it's your turn now.
Okay. How about I get off her feet?
So you were attempting to trip her.
Yeah. Basically, like I know that my axe is blunt. So basically, I can use my axe to like sweep her legs.
Okay, I'd say if you're aiming specifically to trip her up, to make a strength check, and Nemesis, I need you to make a dexterity check to contest it. Oof. Oh. It is rather pitiful. It's more the case of that Nemesis clumsily steps on your blade as she's trying to step over it and falls over. So that is your action, and she is now prone.
Okay, so. Oh, okay, so what can I. So can I do anything apart from attack, basically?
I mean, you've used your action already to trip her.
Mhm.
So the only way you'd be able to attack her when she's down is if you action surge.
Ooh, do I action surge? The first fight of the day when it doesn't really matter. Go on then. I'll action surge and basically try
Okay,
to smash
make
it.
an attack with advantage.
Can I do a reaction and try to block?
Well, I mean, essentially that's what's gonna... What do you mean with that? Are you, like, referring
Alex.
to... Go ahead and roll again, because you got advantage.
I don't have
'Cause
advantage.
She's prone, so any melee attack has advantage on prone targets.
Oh, nice. Also, just to check, I'm using my axe two-handed.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
it's a two-handed weapon.
Yeah, but it's like fighting style two-handed fighting. When you engage in two-weapon combat, you can add a ability modifier to the damage of the second attack.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll again to see if you get it. Well, we get. Well, no, because the 9 was the first attack, the 10 was the second one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You
So
don't
you-
hit either way.
So you kind of get off balance because she stepped on a blade, but you try and swing down, and she's able to like bat it away with a shield, and it kind of hits far. It kind of digs into the ground to the left of her.
Is it stuck in the ground?
No, it's not stuck in the ground. You're able to lift it up.
Okay.
It's quite like it's firm sand, but it's not firm enough that weapons can get jammed in it.
Okay.
All right, Nemesis, now your turn.
Do I have to use an action to get up?
No, but it's half your movements get up.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I will get up and I will. Am I allowed to do this? Can I throw light in his eyes?
Pocket sand.
So you're attempting to blind him, essentially.
Yes.
I will say, roll a d20, and Troffner, I want you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Good thing it's +6.
Oh!
Nat 20.
Oh! No, he made the save. 20.
Oh my god!
So you watch as Nemesis like steps up, and you actually notice her hand like close in on some of the sand, and as she like swings it at you, you close your eyes. Some of it does get in, so your eyes like water up a bit, but you're able to blink it out, and not blinded. And that is your
Oh my
action as
fucking
well,
God.
Nemesis.
Yeah. Oh my
Pocket
god.
sand.
Awesome.
Told you guys this was a good idea.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh
So,
my god.
If Nemesis not going to do
Guys.
anything for a bonus action, then she can. Then it's Strofnar's turn.
Yeah.
Is she
does
still
have a bonus
prone?
action?
No, she's standing up again. She used half a movement to stand up.
Okay.
Okay, so she's lined. Okay, so
So she's standing up, so it's a normal attack.
I say something along the lines of don't you dare you don't you dare to use your fucking light magic on me or something. Your paladin shit.
But she wasn't trying to. She wasn't using light. She just grabbed some sand and threw it at your face.
Oh, I thought she was using like blinding holy light or something.
The light
she's like a
spell
magic
isn't
paladin.
really a very strong spell for blinding. Daylight maybe, but light is a bit too weak of a glow. That's why I decided
Oh,
probably
fair
better
enough.
to have it
Okay,
just
okay.
with her throwing sand in your face.
Basically, I call her a dirty fucker and then try to hit her with my axe again.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack then.
All right.
Natural
Oh
20.
my-
Go ahead and roll damage.
What is with this lock?
I'm such a
don't know.
champion. Okay.
So roll. Just
Oh,
make a normal
God.
dice roll. So that is plus another 9. That is 22 points of damage.
Oh my god.
I'm going to
I-
actually.
well.
I'm going to
Wow.
intervene right here and try to reduce this damage, as this looks like it would actually be lethal.
Okay, so you're using your cutting words?
Yep.
Okay, roll a d6, I think it is.
Yep.
That's not gonna help me, like...
Yep, she's still going down, but she won't die.
Well, so long as it's not twice the maximum amount, so that is 18 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm down
Alright.
not twice, thankfully. So...
So you watch as Nemesis like reaches down to grab prepare another swing, and you just kind of lift up the axe and just a pure horizontal slice. It hits her directly in the face. She spins and falls face down on the ground, unconscious.
And then I think I have a flash of like, fuck yeah, I hit, and then realize she's not getting up, and then I go, and then like, no, like Nemesis, get up, and then I go.
Can I go over
After a
and
few seconds,
I think I've killed a friend who basically I was in this fight just to knock some sense, to really just like knock some sense into you and like prove he's the biggest magic fighter.
After a few seconds of Nemesis not moving, you hear Jason just raise his arm and say, "Battle over! Victory, Trofnar!" And he just walks up and gently like presses his hand on the back of your head as you see divine energy go from his hand into you. So you heal.
I heal.
No. Nemesis heals.
Okay.
Because it's...
I take like no damage.
Yeah, you heal 7 points of damage. So you're at 7. You're conscious at 7 health.
Yep.
And
God, you were getting like great rolls.
I know, right?
That was pretty fucking nuts.
Yeah.
That was a curve stomp.
All
God
right.
now.
So he just Jason just steps back, arms kind of fall in front of each other as he just waits to see what happens.
Okay. So I'm still unconscious?
No, you're conscious. You're at 7 health. You just
Okay.
face down on the ground. And
Okay.
your face hurts. Right now? Jason is, Trofnar is, and Delson is.
Okay. Can I reach up and just smack Trofnar? Or like punch him, uppercut?
Are you okay? Make an attack roll.
It's just with my fist. So
Yeah.
Do I roll for that?
Just a d20 plus, I believe,
just a d20
strength.
plus your strength.
Plus strength?
Yeah.
Spell strength, yeah.
So is that your armor
I'm
class?
stronger.
That's 22.
So does that hit?
Wait, what?
Does 22
Wait, did you
hit?
say my armor class? 20 to hit. Yeah,
22.
she hits me.
Okay, you take a point of damage.
Yeah.
As a gauntlet fist just crashes into the front of your face.
Badge. Okay.
Ugh, what the fuck? And I just kind of sit up.
And as you said,
Yeah,
you can see a very large bruise on her face where Trofnar basically did the knockout hit.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry,
I'm just
but
gonna kind of...
Like, it's pretty obvious. Like, her entire cheek is sort of red going to black and blue.
Ugh.
I fucked
can I
up.
actually expend a thing to try and heal this up?
Is there something wrong with my face?
Jason speaks up and says, "You've got a big bruise on your face."
Oh
Don't worry,
Oh my god, what? How big?
And he
What
he
is
rummages
it? Like,
into his
how much
pouch
of
and
a
pulls
mirror?
out. He rummages into his pouch and pulls out a small pocket mirror and shows you. And you can see it's literally the entire side of your cheek is just
awesome.
like red, slightly swollen, and going blue and black.
Okay, we need to. Can that also be drawn?
I
Is
swear
that-
to god, you little fucking dwarf. I will take away all your fucking ale. I will drink it myself.
I'm
Just out of spite, you hate ale.
I'm sorry though, but I might have lessened the blow a little bit more, and her jaw probably would have been broken.
I can certainly check, although I'm fairly sure that wouldn't be the case.
No, I'm fine. Just livid. I will go ahead and get up.
All right. And Jason's back says,
Dust myself off.
Come on, you're not. The only thing you're not really hurt. The only thing bruised really is your pride, love. You're fine.
I'm sorry. Do you see my face? Do you see what you did to it?
Excuse me. You know, both me and Jason here know healing spells as well as Evie. We could probably just get rid of that.
I can certainly do that. It's what I can do.
Yes,
Good on you,
please,
Jason.
God.
There you go. And he just like walks up and just gently places his hand on the bruise and does another cure wounds spell on you, so you heal another. God, that's a terrible roll. Still 8 points of damage, but you feel the like the swelling subside a bit, and as he pulls his hand away, he pulls out the mirror and shows it, and shows your face, and it's still red, but it looks like it's a case of that's probably the best it's gonna get, and the rest will sort itself out naturally.
Well,
Oh, for God's sake! If anything, the bruise was an improvement.
how about I give you a bruise?
Guys, please, let's calm down.
I mean, the
fine.
whole of
I'll
Eckster just
show her up
watched
in
you
the
try.
tournament.
As you say this, you look around. There's not a lot of people here.
Yeah, but in my head there is.
Yeah, in your head,
Because I'm
in
so
your
fucking
head,
proud of myself.
in like the victory like endorphins that are coming out, you just imagine like a phantom crowd of people just like cheering you on, yelling "Drafna!" But you can see like a few people. You can see over in the distance a scraggly old man just like.
Yeah. But in my head.
But
that's
in
like
your
my dad
in
wiping
Trofnar's
away
head
tears
right
from-
now, he thinks that it is the gladiator tournament.
It's basically the end of Rocky in my head right now.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my god, you guys.
What?
You're going.
So I fucked
Humiliating.
up your face and you didn't even get a hit on me. So how about you shut up about being the best fighter in the group, alright?
Guys.
Excuse me? No. I'm just going to walk away. My pride and my face hurt.
At this point, you hear Jason says, "Are you done with the gladiator? I need to take the charm off. If you are."
Oh,
Aye.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes, I'll turn around.
Yep.
Quickly.
So he takes out the stone again, presses it on the other side. There's some smoke again, and as it pulls back, there's no sign of any mark on there. And he does the same to you. You gingerly like test the edge, and you feel a sharp blade. It's like, and you know that the charm is off your weapon now.
Woohoo.
Yeah. Aye, still, princess. You gave it. You gave it your best, love. I can't beat it for that. And I gave it like a big pat on the back.
Did you guys hear something? I don't
At this point, you have begun to walk out, and Burgess says, "I think the dwarf was complimenting you."
I just kind of give a look of death right now. I am
I'm
too
sorry,
upset.
ma'am.
I am too
I'm
tired.
sorry, ma'am.
You know, pride comes before the downfall.
And then I sort of take. What's his name again? Burr. What's his name again?
B-E-R.
Burr.
Burn.
I sort of take him on one side and say, "Hey, Burr, warrior, champion to champion. How was the fight? How was my form? Was like any way I could sort of improve my swing or anything?"
I'm not a champion. I'm just the holder. I look after the place. If you want the current gladiator champion, it's shit. What was his name? He's one of the ones in the Plain Hunters Guild. Tur, that's his name. Tur. He's the current standing champion. which
Can I try
you all know of
determine
her.
what
That's
the
the
name
one that's the one that Claudia mentioned. Or was it McGilly? Claudia or McGilly? One of those two. It's been a while.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that bastard.
They mention him as the host of, that basically the one that does Claudia's job in Eckster.
Oh yeah, we actually need to meet with the guys.
Yeah,
Did you
true.
guys forget that?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you meeting him?
Yeah.
Real piece of work he is. Don't piss him off.
Don't know. It seems like he's been king for too long.
You just see Burr. They just see Burr begins to just laugh. If you want to have a go at him, by all means.
Of course, yeah, because I'm literally on cloud 9 right now. I think I can fucking world at the moment. but of course, all I've done is
How like the tournament goes, where like some of us get really, really bad rolls and just like are taken out the first one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's if you go with the
fucked up.
gladiator pits. Remember, there's two separate tournaments: the gladiator tournament and the blood
Gladiator
pits.
pit and the blood pits.
It's just the catch is you can only go for one of them. You can't go for both.
I think it's decided that me and Trofna are going to the gladiator pits.
Yeah. Or we could
Dang it.
do, or it could be me and Nancy do the gladiator pits. The rest do the gladiator, then the rest do the blood pits.
That's two of us, and neither of us are big tanks.
You want the paper thin people to go into that alone?
It'd be hilarious, yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, I do have a bow now,
Yeah.
so.
And we leave the arena. Real American playing.
Okay, so you leave the arena, and where do you go now then?
Pigeon Palace Mark II.
Aye.
All right. So it's been a while since you were describe it, but it's fairly easy to find. You do find it is only a couple of feet away from the tall tower, but it is very easy to see the rounded building with what essentially is a big cage on top. As you go by, you do see another much grander rounded building and what appears to be a monastery next to it as well. But you ignore it and you head straight into the Plain Hunters Guild. As you do, the first thing that greets you is yelling, arguing. As you enter in, you can see it's a rounded room. The center table is obviously rounded as well, with a bit where people stand, where the hosts and such stand round back. But you can see a blue tiefling leaning over the table, basically yelling at a human. He has a very short brown hair, almost essentially almost completely shaved off. You can't see much from the back, but you can see he is wearing a certain armor. Nemesis, you recognize this particular armor because it's a similar set to what you have, and you realize that this person is one of the paladins of Tyr. And you, as you get close, they're very loud, so you can hear them, and you hear the tiefling say, "Look, just ask me the question, and I'll save the answer instead of going to the Grandmaster." To which you hear the paladin say, "I'm telling you that this is for the Grandmaster only. What don't you And in a blur of motion, you see the tiefling just swing his fist as it collides hard with the paladin. He just staggers back a few seconds and just goes, "How dare you!" and just pulls out his blade, to which the tiefling, not moving, just says, "If you want to try and draw blood here, you are going to regret it." And he's just glaring.
Can I just try to intervene and be like, hey, everybody, just calm down.
As you yell this out, the tiefling just looks at you and says, "Stay out of this!"
Do I recognize the paladin in particular?
You can only see the back of him. But after a few seconds, the paladin just kind of relaxes a bit, puts his sword and just points at the seat and says, "The council will hear of this." Yeah, same thing they said the next 5 times. You're causing a ruckus. Fuck off. As he does, the paladin turns around, and as he walks on by, he has a, you can see he has, his nose is actually partially bleeding from the impacts, and one of his eyes is basically swollen shut from the hit. It looks like he basically had clipped him in the eye and collided with the nose.
Oof.
But you can see with his other eye, he looks young. He looks to be in his 20s. And the eye that isn't open is brown and such. And as he walks by, he looks and notices you, just like notices the armor, and just like he stops, looks at you, and then just salutes, says, "Well met, sister. Do not bother with this one. He is being difficult."
Difficult, I can tell.
You do not recognize his paladin, and from the looks of things, he doesn't recognize you outside the fact that you appear to be part of the paladin order.
Alright.
Um,
So I don't recognize him either.
As far all you know, you assume maybe he's in your recruit.
Okay.
To which he just says, well, if you do try to converse with this one, good luck. I must go to the Grand Paladin and let him know. And he just salutes once more and heads out of the room.
Then I just kind of quickly try to collect myself. I'm not too pleased about that encounter.
I'm just here looking at everyone like, why are you guys acting like a bunch of violent children?
What's with that scratching?
Sorry,
Scratching.
I'm still trying to remove rust from something.
Right. So yeah, at this point, the tiefling. You can see with the tiefling, he's blue. He has the horns appear to start actually from behind his ears, and kind of spiral outwards a little bit like a ram horn. And the big thing you notice is that on his left hand, well, there is no left hand. There just appears to be like an iron ball.
Cool.
But you can see he too has like a share of scars on his face, but he's, for the most part, the biggest wound appears to be whatever made him lose his left hand.
Alright, I guess we'll go up and join the bard and the tiefling.
Alright.
Then.
I assume you're the one that Lada mentioned.
You lot plane hunters.
Yeah,
Aye.
we
Right.
just came from Pterodon Crossing.
What's your names?
And I'm sort of, I'm looking him up and down, assuming that that's turf, by the way.
Yeah, from what you can tell, the description matches.
Amazing. Okay.
Alright, so
Is that our name?
yeah, so he asked what your names are.
We
Okay.
give him the fake names that we signed up with.
Do you know
Yeah,
what those fake names were?
Briar Tea Leaf
Sindri.
was mine.
Yep.
Alright, give me a second. And he just kind of reaches down and he like goes through several bits of parchment. You guys solo hunters or you're a group?
Group.
Group.
Yep. Group.
You guys got a group name or was it just you're a group?
We're still working on it.
Yeah.
Not his
He
companions.
goes to a different compartment and just starts looking through several of them. It's a bit difficult because obviously he's got essentially one hand is a permanent fist because of the iron ball. It's like,
Sindri, I will
there you go.
fight you.
Yep. All right. So that's Briar Tea Leaf, Sindri, Emma Montgomery, and Drayron, right?
Yeah.
Spot on. Aye.
All right. Yeah, got you here. Yeah, he looks at you, Nemsi. Wouldn't think one of those fucking paladins would be a plane hunter.
I'm of a different church.
Yeah, which one?
The psychotic one.
You know, the
kinda-
one where it's all about, killing people and just destroying and conquest and, all things horrible like that.
His eyes
really
begin
not.
to narrow,
But okay.
and he just, after a while, he just kind of leans back and folds it. Look, whatever it is that you go for, whatever, but I see you with that symbol of Tyr, I see you with the paladin armor, like that fucker. I'm just surprised is all. Plain hunters don't really care what god you follow.
Or if you follow God at all.
That too.
Well, let's just say that the Church of Tyr and I had a falling out.
Won't be the first time I've heard that.
What did you do?
What,
None
eh?
of your business.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry. So, suppose you're here for any hunting jobs then? Or...
Yes, actually. Well, none in particular, but we're looking for jobs.
What's the worst you could throw at us?
Unfortunately, the worst that I could have thrown at you died about 2 days ago, and the other one was captured for the blood pits.
What was the one that was captured?
Some sort of... You ever seen an ent?
An ent?
Yeah.
Can I actually see if I remember this from
Make
Yeah.
an intelligence
studies?
check. Let's see. You don't know.
Are they giant rock
Well,
like
give me a second. Give me a
creatures?
second. He just kind of reaches over and pulls out a book. It's not an ent that we got. It's kind of like if the roots of an ent came alive and wanted to eat everything. That was captured a few days ago. Let me
Just like, out of character, does he mean like a tree ant or?
Yeah. I think
he's
so.
he's referring to a sort of plant-like monster.
Okay. I
Oh.
was a little confused. Just like an ant.
Yeah.
Just like, huh?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
he's referring
Like
to
Lord of the
a
Rings ent.
he's referring to like a plant-based monster. I'm just trying to load up the
Okay, then, yeah.
Compodium with monsters. There we go. So it is, and so he pulls out a sort of drawing. It's actually a really well-made drawing, but it looks a bit like, I'll just pull the token over because it's being stupid for me.
Hey there.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
There we go. So it looks like that.
You don't get onto the sheet.
Yeah, it's definitely not a tree ant.
Oh, no. This thing's called like a shambling moss. It's like if the roots of an ent decide to eat people.
Wait, pass me one.
Oh boy, that's fun.
We caught one of those got caught yesterday. It's going to be used in the blood pits.
It wasn't. I kept them on there.
And what about the other one that was apparently taken care of?
Oh, the one that was taken care of. That was it was a rogue. It was one of the older models of Warforge.
Black sheep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dinner suit. So it wasn't quite right.
Who took care of it? Anyone we know?
Mean, what groups have you met with?
I actually can't remember their name.
Wasn't it Sharptooth?
Yeah, sharp
Yeah.
or sharp teeth.
And he like you see like
Sharp teeth and McGilly are the ones that we know of.
yeah. So you see like takes out another parchment and just like looks through.
No.
No, one of them. They weren't the ones that
Yeah.
killed it.
Okay.
As for jobs, as I said, unfortunately I'm all out. With the blood pits nearby, we kind of jobs dry up.
What were you saying about the upstairs?
Is there anything else interesting going on besides blood pits right now?
You could do, you're right.
Currently we've got, I mean this is just rumors and such, but signs of necromancy on the outskirts, skull diggers causing shit. If you want those paladins trying to cause shit, then that's a third one.
Oh, what are they doing anyway? What was that argument about?
They do this every fucking time they come here, or any of the cities. They come in and they're like, oh, your plane hunters should be part of the paladins. Oh, you should leave the hunting to the paladins. They just want fucking everything.
Oh.
They're not happy that we are just some independent group that hunt shit.
Have I heard of paladins doing this before? Like when I was in the church?
You do, but you don't really know the reasons why. Like, you never got that
Right.
far to know, like, the reasoning. It's just they want the plane hunters to be part of the paladins, or they want to shut down the plane hunters. If you ask me, it's because we're still in their glory.
Oh.
Well, yeah, you hear, like, the Warforged, for example. How much would they stroke their ego, no offense, pointing, indicating to you an embassy, would they get if they said, oh, there was a rampaging Warforged, and we killed it, so join us because we're great and all that shit?
It's all right. I'm aware of their preaching.
Yeah, they've gone a lot fucking worse in the past couple of years.
Glad I got out when I did. All right then. We also came here for information about a job that we did earlier. Where the little book thing, who has it?
You guys gave it to Claudia. You mean the one that's in, like, Undercommon?
Yeah,
You gave that to Claudia.
we didn't get it back. That's the whole reason that we left.
You never asked for it back.
Oh my god.
Guys,
But okay. Then. Oh yeah, she used it for like evidence and stuff.
She used it for
Alright.
evidence for
Yes,
Denlit's, like,
yes.
whatever happened. And she actually asked, can I keep this? And you said yes.
Yes, I remember now. I'm sorry, I was very sick at the time.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on right now either. I just
I wasn't
realized
even there.
I had to chew through my frickin' Wii U sensor bar. The cable to
Ow.
it.
Okay.
Alright.
I know you told me about the rumors, but have you heard or like remember anything about hearing about demonic rituals or something to do with like kobolds?
Yeah, I know that one. Give me a second. And he kind of reaches again. He's got like this. There's a pillar in the middle that's just got compartments galore. And you just see like rummages through near where he cut yours out. It says, "Here we go. The Ender Hunt report. Found the kobolds, killed them. Demon summoned. A little note here from Claudia said, mentioning something about a she, an it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you heard any further information, maybe?
Further information.
Yes.
The only thing that I got about a day or so ago was the cave where you lot apparently found these kobolds and that demon. They found more of those. They found another entrance to the Crofix hive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, thankfully they've monitoring it, but they found some mining tools.
Mm-hmm.
So it appears, just putting this as a suggestion here, I don't know. I wasn't there. Maybe they were trying to get to the lair for some reason.
I see then. It's funny because we dealt with the Crofix.
No. You dealt with one that got out.
Yes.
As I have PTSD flashbacks.
Yeah, I've got that one as well. He pulls out again another one from the same compartment. You get the feeling that each compartment is like dedicated to either a member or a group of the plane hunters. And he just puts it down, and you see it's the first contract that you, essentially a copy of the contract that you had, where it basically mentions that a Crowfix had broken through the, a pit has been spotted, and that you need to hunt it.
Yeah.
And he just rolls it up and places it back in the compartment.
Well, do you know anyone that we could talk to about demonic rituals? Maybe has more information?
Church of Brightspark, Church of the Alliance. Or you can always go to, that tower outside?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If worse comes to worse, ask for King Bunny Battlegub. He's
Can you
the,
say that again?
Kimbany Babblegub.
That's an interesting name.
He's an
All right.
interesting guy. Him and his apprentice, Karmora, they are users of the arcane arts, so they might know. Or you can, if you want your sanity saved, Church of the Alliance, Church of the Brightspark, they might know something about it.
Are those some of the monasteries outside?
Yeah, so there was a large circular building, and then there was a large monastery. And he just says, so the big monastery is the Church of the Brightspark, and the smaller one is where, all the other gods are. The Church of the Alliance is called.
Alright. Just writing that down.
Yep.
Alright. Alright, then thank you. What is the name of the place that we were staying? I'm sorry, I was
The
so
Raven's
sick,
Call.
I can't remember anything.
Yeah, Raven's Call. Caw.
Raven's Call. Alright. If you do get any jobs in, can you please send a pigeon or a letter or something to Ravenshold? That's where we'll be staying for a few days.
Ravenshold sounds like a cool place.
I mean, there won't be any new jobs after the Blood Pits. It's such a big event that we normally kind of deal with all the bad stuff. Because I mean, the Blood Pits are essentially like, you guys did the hunting tour at Pterodon's Crossing, didn't you?
Yeah.
The Blood Pits is basically Eckster's.
Sounds like a cakewalk then.
Yeah, I mean, aside from you almost getting yourself one-shotted.
Yeah, and he laughs, but you see his face just kind of drop, and he just grabs. You see this parchment is dark, and he just pushes it towards you, and you can see several names on it. You say that, lad. These people, they're not coming back.
How long's the list?
It's about 8 names.
And is that of all time or just this year?
That's just
Like the last time.
that is just today.
Fuck, right.
That Warforge wiped out most of that group.
A Warforge?
The one that got destroyed.
It was an older model, remember he mentioned this?
Oh, yeah.
Never take my and he places his this missing hand on it as well and says, take my advice. If you think all this grandeur is going to be a cakewalk, you're going to find out, and it's going to suck when it happens. And he just drags the paper out, and he seems to go into a much more solemn mood. After a bit, after he just puts the scrolls back, it says, "If after the Blood Pits, if there's any jobs, I'll let you know. I'll send Gim."
Alright then. I mean, that's 2 to 3 days from now. I'm sure that we'll still be in town.
Yeah.
So.
Basically, day after the Blood Pit, that's when jobs open up again.
Yeah,
Alright.
still be in town because we're staying for the gladiator tournament.
Okay.
You're going for that?
so-
And you see he actually
Aye.
starts smiling again. It'll be interesting to see what a bunch of greenhorns do.
Fucking greenhorn.
And he just looks at you with his smile goes into something like a snake, says, "Look, I don't mean no offense here, but you're looking at the champion of the gladiators."
So we've heard.
So you're the mighty Turf. Your reputation precedes you, sir. And I say it almost like sarcastically.
And he responds equally sarcastically, "Yes, and I'm sure your ability to," and he just looks at her sheet, "get knocked out by a bugbear will precede you as well."
Yeah, I go ahead and go. I didn't know we even wrote that down. I didn't know, and like I sort like I didn't know the plane hunting person knew about.
It was on the hunting tour, man.
And I go and I get like a deep shade of red, basically.
I'm pretty sure we just told him that like not even 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did we?
Yes.
Yep.
I might not have been there. Sorry. I had to go and do some stuff.
It's
Like a
so
minute.
funny.
I mean, hey, you still want to take part in that? By all means, go ahead, but just know I'm not gonna pull any punches.
Are you taking part? All right.
Of course I'm fucking taking part.
Well, one-handed.
And he just
Dude,
like, and he
he
just
has an
like, he
iron
just
ball
he
on
leans
his hand.
forward and just wraps you on the side of the head with the essentially the iron ball hand. And
Do I need to make some sort of save?
no, it just hurts.
Okay.
Says,
Ah,
I can still punch the shit out of people with this.
all right. Made your
Yes,
point.
the idiot and I are participating. Of course, I don't particularly care for winning. I just want to show him up, really.
Don't mind
That's,
her. She's got a very badly bruised ego right now.
So that's 2 paladins there taking part in the tournament.
Two?
Yeah,
Who?
Grand Paladin's taking part from what I've heard.
A Grand Paladin?
Yeah, the Grand
This-
Paladin of Tyr.
This
Mm.
would be interesting.
Aye.
Is there only like one Grand Paladin? Like, do I know this guy?
There's a grand. You know that there's a Grand Paladin for like each of like the Paladin groups.
Mm-hmm.
And you actually know the name of the Paladin once I get his name here because I cannot because I need to use my cheat sheet. I will find it in a second. Grand Paladin Quan is his name.
Alright.
Yeah.
Quan.
Quan.
Personally met
Dr.
him.
Quan.
You've met him before. When you were brought into the Paladins, you actually met with him because of your history and your
Yes,
inheritance and
right.
such. So you definitely remember him. He is rather old. He's a human, but you know that he's been well known for being able to fight just as well as any of the Yonkers, despite being essentially an elder.
Like 3 times their age.
I mean, obviously you don't know. Nemesis has a rough idea of the age.
Yeah.
Which,
I just kinda-
Nemesis, you would know he's around his 60s.
Just kind of grit my teeth and smile. That's fantastic.
You sounded quite robotic there, Nemesis.
You okay there? See?
I'm just fine. Don't worry about me.
I have a distinct feeling that I'm about to get smacked in the head for asking
You
questions.
fucking
I do as
certainly
well.
will be.
I'm a bit worried.
Well, it'll be
And I'm just there. I'm with the party, but like silent, looking a bit scared, a bit nervous. But you guys don't know why, basically.
Alright.
Like hearing that I might have to kill a Grand Paladin in this competition.
well, no one dies. It seems like in that tournament.
gladiators.
We've had a few deaths, but I mean, you might not know this, but when you fight there, they like put a ward on you, like your weapons or on your hands or whatever.
Yes, we did a little test fight.
Ah,
earlier.
right.
Aye.
Yeah, that happens. We've had a
Grudge match,
few.
mate. It's more of a
we've-
grudge match, but aye.
We've had a few occasions of people that don't know their own strength might have killed a few people. Accidentally. We brought a couple of them back. Some didn't make it, but it's rare for people to die there. Or
I see.
die and stay dead, shall we say. Same with the blood pits.
Of course.
I mean,
Good to know.
we had that one occasion, but I'm not gonna...
Wait. That one? What? Oh, okay, never mind.
The Rona family, it's the reason why you can only go for either the gladiator event or the blood pits.
Alright.
A more elderly warrior came in, did both, but he overexerted himself too much from the two fights that he died due to exhaustion. And
So,
the clerics
will
could not
the
bring him
family-
back.
will the family be there as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. They love this shit.
Okay, so you have.
I don't know if the matriarch's going to be there, but I know several members of the Rona family. Marian's not going to be there either. She,
Of course.
I think you might have heard the news.
Aye, well, we just know she's been just disgraced, but do you know anything else about that at all?
The Rona family have got a couple of bad eggs, shall we say. But all they're doing is wait for them to rear their heads and then get rid of them.
Alright, and what kind of bad eggs are we talking here? Like marrying from someone of low birth, or like practicing necromancy?
No. I mean, the Ronas don't want like a lower birth. Marrying the common folk. Once they do, they're out. But that is like an open thing. No, we're talking like from what I know from Marion, she did some bribery stuff, like paid to have like more trees cut down or bribed to lessen the replanting of it, and then tried to bribe some guards to look the other way. Didn't work, clearly.
What a bitch!
It's just
I
politics.
guess-
Deal that they have,
What was that, Nemesis?
despite the deal that they have.
Yeah, well, that deal was struck centuries ago.
Well, I didn't agree with that centaur's preaching. It is quite rude to go back on a deal.
Yeah, so, basically, the matriarch's a good one. I've, known her for a bit myself.
Oh, have you?
Not in that way, not in that way. No.
That's
Insight?
not what's so funny to me.
Go ahead and make an insight check if you want to.
Why
If you-
not?
If you're gonna make an insight check, Nelson, make an insight check.
I shall try to assume how close these two are.
You said it was what, insight?
If you want to do an insight check on his statement,
Oh my god, where is that now?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah,
what
they're
I'm
definitely just really close people. Maybe they were friends at some point? I don't know.
it's kind of hard to read.
We're terrible.
We try.
So you were friends with this person, I think.
Might have saved her from a few monsters.
Well then.
Do I know about this incident or something?
You're not aware of this, but you do know it wouldn't be uncommon for stories to be covered up.
Of course, yeah. I'll just kind of nod and give a little smile.
All right, so
Well, hearing about all this information about how the family will be there and Grandmaster. I'd actually like to go back to the blacksmith.
You would like to go back to the smeltery?
Yes.
Okay, and are the rest of you following, or are you heading to wherever, or what are you doing?
Well, she's going to a blacksmith, so I guess
Follow
I'll
along?
accompany her. I will escort the princess.
Okay, so you're all heading back to GU5.
Gus.
Yep.
Where?
Gus is the best thing ever.
All right.
GU5, what?
So obviously you weren't here at this point, but there is.
I wasn't there.
Well, you'll find out once you get
Yeah,
there.
it's our new Lord and Master.
So at this
type of
point,
RP.
in the time that's taking you to like travel around Eckster and such, it is now like mid-afternoon at this, early to mid-afternoon,
Alright.
about 3 or 4 o'clock. But you make it to Smithery 4938, and Drafnar, you weren't paying a whole lot of attention when you last came here, but you notice that the building is like, the inside is like 90 degrees everywhere. Like everything is a perfect 90 degrees, and you can see standing there is a Warforged. You know, he's basically all wood except for his hands and feet, which are metal, and you can see there's a cap over where his Celestine core is, and you can see he's currently like meticulously hammering down on what appears to be a shield of some sort. And as he looks up, he just goes, "Oh, units! Welcome back. I wasn't expecting you here for another day." He's just hammering while he's
Yes,
talking to you.
I actually came to ask for something else that I realized I needed right now.
Certainly.
Do you have helmet? Ones that cover one's face?
Of course I do, yes.
Yes, I need one.
Right, okay. Give me 1 second then, units. And he just hammers a few bits there before, like, gently pushing it back in. What helmet are you looking for? A full helmet? A medium helmet?
One that can cover my face.
They can both cover your face, it's just one's easier to put on than the other. Let me show. And he just, like, goes back and he just, like, comes out a couple of minutes later with, like, 2 helmets. You can see one, it's practically like a bucket with a bit on the front cut out for your face. And then the other one is, like, a, you know, your typical, like, night full helmet. And he puts his hand on the big one. It's like, this is a full helmet. Quite heavy. Quite difficult to put on. Will protect your face. Also, just keep in mind as well that these helmets are cosmetic only. Like for your character.
Yes, that's...
Yeah.
I need it to be cosmetic. I don't need the armor.
Yeah. I'm just saying as a DM that this will not add to your armor class. This is just a cosmetic look.
Yeah.
And then this one. This is a medium helmet. It is easy enough. He, like, picks up and just, essentially just, like, slots it on. Just stands there for a few seconds before he, like, puts it off again and places it down. A little bit uglier, but you units tend to use it quite often.
All right. Then how much does the medium helmet cost?
The medium helmet is 3 gold pieces.
And this, like... Okay. So if I put it on, it will cover my face. Like, you cannot see my face.
He like, picks it up and just hands it to you. By all means, unit.
Alright, I'm gonna try it on, I guess.
So the way it is that, like, your eyes and like the front part of your face is visible. Your cheeks kind of covered by the guard and such, and there's a bit down the nose, you know, towards your nose there. And obviously it covers your hair and such, so they'd only really be able to see your eyes and such. It's like, you ever see, like, the helmets that the Riders of Rowan wear in Lord of the Rings? Like the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like those,
Oh, yeah.
like those kind of helmets.
I was actually thinking more like Mordred's helmet from Fate Apocrypha.
Let me just...
You weeb.
I can actually just send you a picture of it.
Yeah, go ahead and do that, and I can see if it is a case. But essentially... here we go, this is a good one. So it's going to have a watermark on it. But essentially, it looks like this. So I've just put it in the chat there. So that's what it looks like, essentially.
No, I really need my face covered. Like, I'll take it off to the point where you could not tell who I am.
And he just like taps the full helmet and says, well then, unit, you would want this one.
All right. And how much does that one cost?
That is 8 gold pieces.
8. All right. I'll go ahead and subtract that because I need it.
All right. So he
Yeah.
passes it to you. It is heavy, and as you try to like put it on just to test it out, it does take you a minute or so to put it on compared to the other one where it's just like on off.
All right. So, does this like? It's purely cosmetic, right? Does it
Purely
affect
cosmetic,
my-
because if we start adding like, oh, I've got these gauntlets, I've got these boots, I've got this helmet, it's gonna get a...
No, I mean like, does it like affect my sight or anything? In any way?
Yeah, it will affect your sight if you have the visor down. Again, it's like the old like, the medieval knight helmets that you see.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
that, so it's going to be difficult to see if you don't have the visor up, and even then, your
Okay.
peripheral vision is going to take a hit on that one.
Right.
But all that'll do is that'll just increase the DC.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. Go ahead.
Okay.
Take my money.
All right.
Take my money.
So I'll
Get the money.
calculate the weight for that thing a bit later, but for now I'll just say it's like 5 pounds or something. It's pretty big.
Ooh.
5. Well, I mean, most of it's
5
rested on
pounds.
like your shoulders and such.
Oh, I think that's much.
Yeah.
I thought that was the cost. Sorry.
No. That's the weight,
Oh, okay, sorry.
because D&D goes by pounds.
I know. I was really confused.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird when your currency's named after a
It's
weight.
pounds, not pounds.
Is that right?
Okay, so, and he like beckons to the shield, says, you'll be happy to know your shield should be ready by tomorrow morning.
Perfect.
Which, because you got the helmet on it, you can hear it like as an echo in her voice now as it bounces
That's
off the
great.
helmet.
Is it bad? I'm still just imagining her having a stylized helmet like this.
Hey, whatever's in your head, Cannon.
That's so funny. All right. Thank you for the helmet, especially since I just randomly barged in.
It's
This will
wouldn't be
be
the first time units have barged in. You do it all the time, actually.
Okay. Now my headcanon is now whenever the sound she just sounds like.
Your headcanon's going to be whenever she's talking, it's like, she's going to be talking like this all the time.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking more like Bane, basically.
Nice.
Well, you were
No.
born in the darkness. I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
bred
yeah.
by it.
Yeah, yeah.
created by
I'm just-
it.
I'm just thinking slightly muffled.
Okay.
kind of like this.
Yeah, essentially.
Yes. That.
Alright.
But obviously you don't have to do that for the entirety, just...
That's funny.
You just need to say if you got the helmet on or not when you do stuff.
Yeah.
Alright. So, what do you do now then?
What do you do, the drunken sailor?
Well, I've got to get going, so I'll see you guys later.
Okay, bye.
Nope. Boy!
Yeah.
And suddenly Evelyn vanishes into thin air.
Suddenly you hear Evelyn go, guys, I don't feel too good.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Evelyn is
And then-
still there,
yeah.
obviously.
And then
It's
suddenly
just...
in a deep man's voice, you hear her say, "I must go. My people need me." She floats up into the sky.
No, Evelyn is still
I
with you
didn't know she
guys.
was an
It's-
alien.
Obviously, Evelyn
Yeah.
is still with you guys. It's just on
and of course,
autopilot.
Evelyn died on the way back.
Yeah, she's just quieter now.
Yeah.
All right. So,
So does anyone else have anywhere that they need to go to?
so funny.
Are you back with us now?
At the GU5, whatever it's called.
Yeah, you guys are currently in the smithery. Gus is back to working on the shield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, GU5 is the Warforged's name, but everyone calls him Gus.
Oh, yeah, okay. Like how Harvey wasn't actually, his name actually wasn't Harvey. It was like H5 something. H5VY.
I love how Gus just seems so done with humans.
Hey, when Warforged gets sentience, you don't know what's going to happen to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Can
So
I
he's
actually look around to see if there's any studded armor or studded leather?
There's metal stuff, but there's no like studded leather or anything.
Dang.
Can I have a look around for any sort of like dwarf-sized armor?
Again, looking around, you don't see much dwarf-sized stuff.
Okay.
Alright.
It's pretty crappy blacksmith then.
Anywhere else? that we
As
go?
you say this, Gus turns around and says, "Apologies, unit, but most of my clientele are those of the taller variety, so I must make sure that my wares are for the majority."
Fucking hate it. It's alright.
For what it's worth, units, I don't discriminate. I just have to go with what will get me the income I need.
Maybe you could ask him to make something toddler-sized.
Oh my god!
I can indeed
Oh my
create...
god, princess! Have you done something with your hair? Gorgeous!
I'm unsure of what your units are, but I believe this is what you call sarcasm.
You think you're big... And I sort of just stopped myself swearing at him.
After a few seconds, he says, I can indeed, however, build an armor if you so wish.
How long could I... No.
It depends on the armor that the unit wishes for.
Okay.
What armor do you have right now?
I've got chainmail. Trofnar the Magnificent is wearing
Chainmail.
chainmail, yeah.
And
That's the title I gave him myself.
And what armor does this unit wish for then?
Don't know, a little something, maybe something a bit sturdier than chainmail, or maybe like some sort of like reinforcement, like some sort of like reinforced doublet or something to go underneath. I don't really know.
He kind of like thinks for a few seconds before he goes, I can make scale mail for you, however that would take a great number of weeks.
Shame. I don't think we're going to be here for a while, for too long. Well, for that, at least a couple of weeks, no.
It would take me roughly, and he just like, you see his, like it's weird, because he doesn't really have like irises or such, but you can just tell by like the glow of his eyes that his eyes are essentially darting about all over the place, guy says.
Weird.
Estimated about 2 work weeks to make something akin to, say, scale mail.
And how much would it be?
The initial down payment would be 20 gold, and the additional would amount to a total of 75 gold.
Ah, fuck off then.
And he just seems shrug.
Alright, I'll do it for 50 gold. That's it.
He just watches, he slowly looks at you and just goes, that is the price of chainmail, unit.
You can hit him if you'd like, we wouldn't mind.
And
excuse me.
I'm guessing he wouldn't be very receptive to some sort of intimidation check, since he is just a machine. I can't probably scare him, can I?
You can certainly try.
As I'm just...
Oh my god, I just want the Warforged to just punch you.
Alright, fine. I'm going to try to intimidate this into making me scale mail at a chainmail price.
I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, can I just have some, just get some studded leather, maybe?
If the unit is looking for studded leather, you'd be better looking at the Coggles manufactory. And then he just turns.
Okay.
He then just turns to Drofnar and just says, Units, you are aware that I am incapable of fear with this. I must politely ask the unit to leave.
Okay, Trothnar, we're going, and I'm looking into this. I'm looking into goggles.
I
I
mean,
apologize
Get a bolt.
for him. He's a drunken idiot.
I apologize as well. So sorry for all of this.
And you hear
You got the last
you
customer,
hear
you
Evelyn.
fuckwit.
You hear Evelyn say, "Yeah, sorry, whatever."
Whatever.
And I'm just I think essentially I'm being carried out to swearing my tits off at a warforge.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
essentially.
just dragging. Yeah, we're just dragging him out.
We'll
Essentially, the
take him
three of you, Evelyn, and Nemesis are just slowly dragging Trothnar out.
out. When I
while
return,
he's swearing the
I'll make
entire
sure
way to-
not to bring
And
him.
and also while they're dragging me, the stuff always end up happening.
What was that,
Pretty
Trothnar?
much, yeah.
And while doing this, I always think, how come I always end up in the situation where I'm being dragged forcefully out of somewhere, screaming at a person, telling them how their mother's a whore and stuff like that. I have to end up in these situations.
Yeah, can I smack him in the back of the head for that? Just be like,
The answer
you
is
need to calm
alcohol.
down. Yep. Just slap him upside the head.
Okay. So, as you are dragged out, Gus actually comes to the door and closes it. It's clear that he does not want to see your face anymore, Trothnar. So,
Just mine. The rest of the people are fine.
like, he specifically looks at you when he closes the door.
Oh fuck. Okay.
So, you are now outside the smeltery. What do you do? Smithery smeltery.
I'm
Same
going to go to the cog
Coggles manufactory.
Okay.
Cocker Spaniel manufacturing.
Okay. One word, 3 letters, pub.
So you're heading back to the Raven's Call.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I haven't got any business to do really.
You can always tag along. I mean, obviously, like Tyr's given you. It's kind of weird the fact that the host has got the same name as the whatever. Yeah, they have given you 2 places to go to for information, which is the Church of the Bright Spark and the Church of the Alliance, or you can try to speak to Kimberly.
Alright. I don't know about you, but I can't really. Churches just freak me out. I can't really be in somewhere too holy sort of what I mean. I just get a bit freaked out around that stuff.
One of the churches I want to go to is the Church of the Alliance.
Yep. I guess I'll go with her there after I check out.
Okay, so
Coggles.
Delson's going to the Coggles manufactory. Trothnar, you're going to.
Actually, no, I changed my mind. Start going around town with some information about the explosion at the Platinum Hole.
Go ahead and make an investigation check, and Nemesis, you're just heading straight for the Church of the Alliance, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll head there after Coggles.
Okay, so we'll start with Delsin first most. So we'll go with Delsin,
Fuck yeah.
then Nemesis, and then Trothnar. To make it easier. So, Delsin, you arrive at the Coggles manufactory. It's a massive building, and you go in through the door, and you can see it's kind of like essentially like a shop floor, but you can see in the distance there's like machinery and many people like running around carrying things. You see some carts being pushed over to the side and such. And as you stand there for a bit, you see a halfling, no, not halfling, a gnome, just kind of like walk by, just like takes a double take, just says, "Oh yes, hello, yes." You see, his hands are very like scarred and worn. He's got a small tuft of red hair at the very top. His skin seems to have sort of like a wax sheen, what from appears like from waxing stuff. Yes, hello, yes.
Hello there. Excuse me, I was directed here in saying that you might have studded leather armors.
Oh wait, we may be able to get some studded leather armor. If you wish to put in an order for it.
How much would it cost?
Let me see here. Let me just get the book, 'cause I don't know the price of it myself. I don't know this stuff.
Isn't it around like 20 gold?
It's something like that, but I'm just going to try and get the exact price because it's going to be bad if I don't. That is personality background. Give me a second, I will find it. I know it's nearby here. Ah, here we go. Oh, this is where the items are, even. It is... I'm getting very annoyed if I can't find this. I'm getting very annoyed if I can't find this. Ah. We'll say it's 25 gold until I can find a price.
Okay.
Says I need to see the details of it myself anyway.
Yes, it is 25 gold for a for some studded leather armor. We'll have to build it. We are a made-to-order business. Or you know, you have to order it. But we can...
25, you say?
Yes.
I have 15 on me right now and should be able to make the other 10 within... It would take about a week to make, right?
About a week, yes.
Oh no, it's 45 gold.
Oh, wow.
Studded leather is 45 gold. So,
I see.
reverse!
45 gold.
45.
45, yes.
Wow. I'm going to have to come back here eventually. I don't have that on me.
It's a shame, but if you do ever need any armor, we can certainly get something for you, maybe.
Yes.
Okay. So, is that everything that you're doing there, or...?
And we'll check out to see if they have, like, different types of arrows.
Oh,
Other than the standard.
we don't do arrows, I'm afraid.
Oh.
We focus. If you want arrows, there's a smithery just over there. They might have a few.
Oh, yeah, Gus's.
Yes, the one which we call Gus. Yes.
Yeah, I did purchase arrows from there recently. It was just a while.
Unfortunately, the only thing that we get close to on that one is like furniture and trinkets. We don't. We're not weapon makers.
I understand then. It's all good.
Very well. If that's the case, then I would go back to my work.
And the gnome just walks off.
Yep.
Okay.
And with that, I'm going to just start walking to the church.
Okay, to the Church of the Alliance. Nemesis, you... so we're going to Nemesis now. So Nemesis, you arrive at the two churches. The Church of the Bright Spark, which you can see is like a beautiful, like, stone building, plenty of spires and such, and at the front there's a stained glass showing the illustration of the Bright Spark. And to the left you can see it's windowless, but it's still a large stone building with like a bluish domed roof at the top. But you can see also, now that you're basically in front of it, that it kind of like has bits jutting out on the side that come from the main circle area, which you kind of figure is the Church of the Alliance. Excuse me.
I'm just gonna say, for ease, that I took my helmet off at this point, so
Okay.
I don't need it right now.
Yeah, so you got your helmet, you're just kind of carrying it like a football, basically.
Yeah. Pretty much. Do I see anything interesting in like the entrances of the church right now?
Just a solid oak door.
All right.
Like solid oak
Then
double
I'll go
doors.
ahead and- I'll go ahead and go into the Church of the Alliance.
Okay, so you open it, and the first thing you notice is that it is incredibly quiet. You can see a very rounded area with a statue in the middle, and in the statue you can see various members of the guards, various members of the Alliance. You see Bright Spark, Sheldon. You see some of the lesser gods below it, and you can see it kind of like flares outwards into a sort of small room which has altars, and next to each one is what appears to be a priest.
Alright. Can I look at the altars and see if I find my god symbol, since you know my god?
The one which you are currently on, or the one which your brother is on? Because I know you mentioned those two.
My brother.
So you slowly make your way around. As you do, you see that the priests each give you a low bow. As you go past the altar to Tyr, you see the priest recognize it and just kind of go onto one. You do a one knee bow. But as you go past, you eventually come to it's nearer to the back. You can see it is a simple stone altar with a cloth over it. You can see the priest slowly bows down as well. This priest is an elf with essentially a similar cut to the ones that you typically see monks have. He has a set of crimson red robes with streaks of red on them, and you kind of notice from the symbol on the plaque at the front that this is the altar to the god of knowledge, Orion.
Alright. Alright. I will go ahead and give the priest, a small nod of acknowledgement. And I will go to the altar and I guess pray.
Alright.
Grass.
So, you kneel down and begin to pray at the altar. What are you essentially praying for?
I am praying for, I suppose, almost like permission to continue on with my journey and learn new things. And for my brother to also be able to continue on his journey.
Make a religion check.
Alright.
As you are kneeling here praying, with your vision appears to shift slightly.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? I disconnected for a
Sorry.
second.
As you kneel there praying, you feel your vision shift slightly. And as you look up and open your eyes, you are surrounded by a dark void. In front of you, you can see a small book that slowly opens. You try to move towards it, but nothing happens. You feel a slight glow coming from your peripheral vision on your right, and you see your guide walk towards the book and just slowly look at it. And as it looks back at you, your vision kind of dissolves to see yourself walking down a field. You're not sure what field it is. Your vision fades again, and you see your brother sitting in front of a desk with a book in front of him and a pen and quill in hand. Nobody appears to be there. It's just a still image. As you blink, your vision comes back and you find yourself in front of the altar once more. the priest, still with his head bowed.
I kind of, for once, I'm actually kind of moved, and there's like a tear in my eye. Mostly because, I haven't seen my brother in so long. So it made me kind of emotional to see him and also to get this message almost, even though I'm not quite sure what it means.
You aren't too sure either.
Yeah. Alright. I'll just kind of take a breath, stand up.
As you do, you look to where your symbol of tear usually is around your neck. Doesn't appear to be there anymore.
Is there... So there's just nothing there?
Whatever was around your neck there is no symbol there.
Interesting. I'll kind of turn to the priest, I guess.
As you kind of like make a slight gesture to kind of do that, he looks up towards you, perfectly silent.
Does he have any indication of what just happened? Does he notice at all, I guess?
Make a... Let's make this an insight check. It's either that or investigation. I'm gonna go with insight.
Alright.
Okay, time for the whispers.
Whoa.
Yay.
He's all fuck up.
Noticed your chest.
Woohoo. I think everyone notices that.
No, I mean he knows those things on it. Magic. Whatever.
Magic.
The thing between the bosom.
Alright.
I'll kind of just, give him a nod again, though I seem kind of disheveled, I guess.
As you nod, he just very quietly says, "May the knowledge come to you." And just bows his head deeply once more.
Alright. Then I will go ahead and go back into, the center.
Alright, as you arrive in the center area, Delsin, you finally arrive.
Yep, and I'm just gonna look around, and part of me's gonna question:
What was that?
Does religion actually? Is there actually something to faith? Considering how...
Are you asking someone that?
No, I'm just thinking this to myself.
Okay.
Okay.
Considering currently I'm not very faithful in divine beings, or if such a thing exists. Essentially, I'm a non-believer.
Strike down the non-believer.
You watch
I
as
am
lightning... No, there's nothing like that happens.
Rocks
I'm gonna
fall,
say
Delson
that-
dies.
If there's
Yeah.
anyone not praying right now, because I don't want to interrupt anyone.
You see a handful of people just walking around, but you don't really see anyone that's praying.
Alright. Do I see anyone maybe official one of the priests or something that I can.
You can
ask
always
about.
ask any of the priests in the little alcoves, basically.
Oh yes. Still shook. Alright, I will go to the priest from before after I kind of gather myself.
All right.
Excuse me, I need to ask you a question.
Certainly.
God, how do I phrase this? I recently went on a quest, and there was this man who was doing some sort of demonic ritual and referring to a she. I'm not quite sure how to explain this.
You see the priest kind of think for a few seconds, says, "There are many deities that are associated with demonic rituals. There are many."
Are there any that might be?
He kind of like thinks again. Many of the dark ones are usually associated with that.
Dark ones, like...
The ones that gave us the curse of death, of pestilence, of famine.
The dark ones? The ones that are dark.
The ones from the Shadow Realm.
The ones that caused the events of the breaking of the Alliance.
Right.
The dark ones, as you call them, African Americans.
I will fight you.
Is there any priest in particular here that deals with that sort of thing?
No, they were never part. They were taken from the Alliance. Anyone who
I see.
practices that. He just kind of like frowns a little bit and just says, certain deities that are known for this kind of summoning typically have been locked away within the 9 hells.
Even though they've been locked away, has there been anything recent with them? Any concern?
The main concern has always been what comes from the Shrouded Isle, the gateway to the hells as we believe it to be. We have not seen an increase per se, but we have found many that have lived longer.
And what about from, what's it called? The Abyss?
He kind of frowns once more. The Abyss is merely a place of darkness, not ruled by anyone. It is simply a case of kill or be killed in there. If a deity...
There have been creatures coming from the Abyss.
Of course, those that cannot withstand the might of the Abyss, and those that are weak enough to fit through the plains, would of course make their way for easier pickings.
Of course. Alright. Thank you then. I will have to do some more research of my own.
And may that knowledge greet you. And he bows once more.
Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and go back out again. And do I see Delson?
Yeah, so you see Delson there. Before you continue on with your stuff, because I'm aware that
Yes.
Trofnar's been waiting a while, You
Yep.
ask about, and unfortunately, the details of the Platinum Hole mine explosion is still like coming in because it only happened like late the previous night. It had been like, yeah, essentially couriers have been going over full tilt to get there. As far as you're aware, it was in one of the deeper mine shafts. They're not sure what the cause was yet. But they do know that the entire lower level of one of these mines was completely caved in and flooded from the explosion. You don't know much other details about it.
Do I know what kind of stuff like they mine from the deep mines of platinum?
I would say make an intelligence check because this
Although
is.
isn't that in like stone cutting, isn't it? Which is a dwarfy thing.
Yeah, so I'll say make an intelligence check with advantage.
Yay! Thank you. Advantage, intelligence. So what I do?
I mean, they get some pretty cool rocks and some ore
I
that
am
could.
a terrible dwarf.
And maybe some ore. You know that ore is definitely one of the big things, and
Yeah.
because of the name of the city, platinum is one of the metals that they get from it. But beyond that, you're not sure what's in these deep mines.
Fair enough. Okay. All right.
All right. So after your investigation, what are you doing?
I don't actually quite know. Okay, well, getting it up in my armor class was a dead end. I don't know why.
I just checked actually as well. The armor to get better armor is fucking expensive.
Oh, is it?
I checked.
Yeah.
I checked plate mail, which is the highest armor you can get. Plate mail is 1,500 gold.
What about scale?
Yeah.
Scale mail? I will check about that while you decide what it is that you're gonna do.
I
if
might
you
just
want
go back.
armor, You're probably gonna have to save up.
Scale mail
Yeah,
is 50
exactly.
gold.
50 gold.
50, yeah.
I've got 50 gold.
That's 14
And that's
plus.
what-
That's 14 plus. That's actually a lower AC than your chainmail, though.
Oh, really?
Chainmail is
What's
6.
the next AC?
The next AC is splint mail, which is it requires 15 strength to use it. Otherwise,
15.
15 strength in order to actually use it, because
I have 19.
Oh, then you're fine then. And it is
Amazing.
200 gold for splint.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to save up. I'm gonna
Oh.
have to get a dwarf mortgage.
Maybe if you win in the tournament.
Standard armor is
Yep.
very expensive.
What? Tell you what. I'm back at the pub, telling very
Extravagant
embellished
story.
stories of my victory over the mighty Nemesis.
Okay, all right. So while you're doing that, since that's a good spot for that. Okay,
And of course, everyone in the pub I'm just basically back to being like the local drunk.
make a charisma
Okay,
check.
no one wants to deal with me.
Make a charisma check.
Charisma check. Where's charisma? There
Just-
you go.
Hope you fail.
So it's
14.
a 14. Some people are listening in. They seem to be buying it a little
Some of
bit.
the local children, yes.
So some of them, like some of the more drunk people, seem to be buying it. The less sober ones aren't. Okay,
enough.
so back in the Church of the Alliance. So so you walk up to Delsin, Nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm currently staring at just staring at a random symbol. I want to type a symbol to you, and I'm to ask if would this one potentially be in here?
What are you doing? I just kind of go up to him.
What?
Do I notice what symbol he's staring at?
You do, since you are obviously very well aware of the gods. You notice that he's staring at a symbol of Bahamut.
I'm just kind of look back at him, kind of curious. Are you a believer of some sort?
Well, this he actually existed apparently. One.
They all actually existed, apparently.
I see.
Do you particularly believe in him, then? Is what I'm asking.
Partially, at least.
Partially.
My mother, she's a definite believer. And well, I grew up with her talking of these beliefs, so
If there's anything I've learned, you aren't required to believe what your parents believe.
I know. That's one of the reasons why I question a lot of divinity. They're powerful beings. How can some of them allow such things to happen? Separation, loss, famine. Just, I don't know.
I often find myself asking similar questions. But I suppose I've come to the conclusion that it's better to do things for ourselves while also having a little bit of faith, if that makes sense. If you're always stuck on what's going wrong, then you never realize what's going right.
Of course.
Have you found anything of interest here?
Are you asking Delson or are you asking me?
Delson,
Okay.
which I guess, he'd have to ask you.
So it all comes back to me.
Yep.
Yep.
Have I?
As in, I mean, what were you searching for?
I hate you.
I was just... because I'm just searching for a sign that whatever I'm doing isn't just completely fruitless. I'm just not wandering blind.
You don't seem to see any signs of anything in particular going on.
Of course. I just take a deep breath, close my eyes and sigh.
Kind of put my hand on his shoulder.
Just
Well, I asked about the demonic rituals and such, and I couldn't get a lot of information, really. It's more... The priest spoke about, the dark ones and things like that. I'm sorry.
the
Have I
dark-
ruined the phrase "the dark ones" now?
Yes, you have.
Yes, you
Sorry.
have.
Yeah.
No, by all means, I'll just add more hit points on the next fight. That's fine.
As I
Sorry,
just...
he's calling them the dark ones. He's very racist.
Can I just relate my knowledge of what I've read of the Mind Players to Dark Ones themselves?
As far as I'll say make an intelligence check.
Yeah, this is gonna be very, very poor.
I am a real.
You know that these Ithalids are sometimes associated with various of the darker gods, not necessarily the ones that are classified as the Dark Ones, but the ones which the Kingdom of Jurhan considers undesirable.
I see.
Mostly, they are... I'll say... Yeah, one of the evil gods is typically related with Ithalids, but they aren't necessarily her spawn or anything.
Of course. That's a lead, at least. I might have to re-look into something. That's another.
I actually think in order to progress further with what we're looking for, we might need that book of rituals back, or maybe at least some sort of copy.
As do I. I can put in a letter, at least, to try.
We can use our pigeon now.
Yep.
Yeah.
We should use the pigeon.
At this point, you see just Evelyn, like, cup the pigeon, because she's there as well. She's like, no. He's too young and he's too precious.
Wait, when did you get... Wait,
I've
were you
always been here.
following me?
Well, yeah, what am I going to do? Follow the drunk or the lady with a chip on her shoulder?
Chip on what?
Who?
Okay,
Are you referring
okay.
to me?
Wouldn't be referring to anyone else, Princess, would I?
Give me your ugly bird.
No!
Yes.
My bird.
Although,
we can
looking at the pigeon, it's still very young.
Yeah, we can go to a postmaster's office if there is one around
You're
here.
not that much of a mob today.
At this point, Evelyn says, if you want to send a pigeon to Claudia so bad, why don't you just ask Tyr to do it?
Oh.
I
As we both just kind of look at each other. Gee, yeah, the point there.
I will throw you both in the tournament too. Well, is the bird like capable at this point, or is it still just way too young?
I don't know. Unfortunately, Evelyn is not here, so I cannot ask her.
Is that the
I
bird from
imagine
Town
that
of-
I imagine that still has its baby feathers and have like its.
I mean, Claudia gave essentially a newborn, one that didn't need the mother anymore, but was still young.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that's gonna be down to Evelyn.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
we'll just say for now that it's a no.
Really?
Beep beep.
Beep beep. I'm a sheep.
Beep, beep, motherfucker.
Beep beep. I'm a sheep.
Okay, so
I hate when it does that. Alright.
Yep.
Then I suppose since we have to ask her later, and it seems like we don't really have we have leads, but we don't have a lot.
yeah, you got leads and
Right
people you can
now-
talk to.
Yes. I would say, since Evelyn isn't here and Trofnar is back at the inn,
Being drunk.
yes, why don't
And storytelling, thank you.
we head back to the inn for now and probably end the session? It seems like we're kind of getting close.
Yeah.
Alright, if that's what you guys want to do, then by all means. So,
Because this is like our usual time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know that we also started a bit late, sorry. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, my cut-off for time in the evenings is like 8:45, 9, like our time, Tom.
Yeah. So that's about 40 minutes away. So, yeah. Okay, so if that's the case then... So you return back to the Raven's Call. You can see at this point, Trofnar is drunk off his ass and appears to be saying the same story again and you can see by the skulls of several people that he's been doing this the entire time, just repeating the same story. And they are now sick of it.
Yeah.
Oh God, who let him do this? Why didn't we put a leash on him?
And here she
So do I just
Princess
hear him like
Lenighty,
telling
look everyone
people
how
about how he
she's
kicked my ass?
so indignant in defeat.
And several times you had actually said, "Oh, and she's gonna come through right this moment," and everyone like excitedly looked. But at this point, like you see a couple of people just like look, and they're just like,
Yeah, of course, yeah.
They've heard it so many times that the hype has just not been worth it.
Yeah, like every time I hear the door of the pub swing open, I instantly think, she's back! Everyone look at her, laugh! Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
and
God.
just at this point, the hype is just flatlined. Like, even though they know it's definitely, even though at this point, because you've described it several times, with some variants here and there as you gradually got more and more drunk, they recognize it's you, but, like, you just see, like, they just, like,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I am
Someone comes
going
up to you and says, do you want us to take care of him,
I'm going to go over to the table that he's sitting at, and I'm going to go wee woo. No,
It's got started.
oh my.
I am going to slam my hand down on the table, look at all the people that he's bothering, and go, you want to hear about the story about how he was knocked out by a bugbear?
Shall I help recall the story?
At this point, what?
And how about I tell the story about how the bugbear thought you were his sister?
At this point, you see one of the other people nearby, the gnomes, just looking, says, "Oh, please don't. He is not shut the fuck up the entire time.
Yep,
Just
that's it.
no more stories, please."
Hey, but you should have been there, my crying moment. She carried in
cover
the
his
sun
mouth
like a little worm.
Well, you're saying you're taking part in the fucking gladiator pits. Just do it then. Well,
Hey,
fuck.
you should have seen me and cheered
I
you on.
covered. I
Yeah,
just
sure,
covered-
whatever. You're
Yes.
drunk. Fucking.
Yeah, as he's speaking, it covers his mouth up.
You get a thick layer of drunken,
Yeah.
just froth and spit over your
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah.
Over your face, over your hand even.
Flushing down the heart inside.
Ew.
And I'm basically going, like, I'm still carrying this story I've been saying, like, and it's getting more outlandish, and I'm saying how
Yeah.
she was like an 8-foot giant, and how she caught me with my back turned, and then I had like a hand tied behind my back, and then there was like 10,000.
Yeah, it's just
screaming
as it's
fans
been
in the
getting
stands.
as the day has been going on, you have just getting more and more over the top to the point where it's like you're essentially wording it as if you're fighting like a literal god.
Yeah. It's it's full on like how Hulk Hogan describes his career levels of
Brother.
But
I am just going to shake my head, and I'm going to go upstairs and just not deal with this. I'm going to go to my room.
oh yeah, run away, fucking coward
Yeah,
you are, princess.
I'm going to just take a deep breath and then go sleep.
okay,
Yeah.
so you guys leave Trofnar to drunkenly continue.
Yup, that's
Yep.
his own. That's his own grave to dig.
Okay, so Trofnar, you continue on with this
I'm locking
charade
him
for
out
a
of the
while.
room too.
You continue with your little storytelling until eventually, despite your dwarven holiness, the alcohol catches up to you, and you eventually at one point is like, "So, I had her, and
Yep.
Yeah, done. She was tapping on the sleeper hold.
So you just pass out on the table. And none of you hear this, but you do hear the gnome say, "Oh, thank fucking Christ!" The rest of you go to sleep. The rest of you, you obviously take off your armor and such and prepare to sleep. Nemesis, as you take off your armor, you hear something light hit the floor. And as you look down, you can see a symbol. A holy symbol. The symbol is the one which you wish it to be. Because I know, obviously, what Nemesis... You know what Nemesis wants to see for that. And what it is what it is.
I will go ahead and pick it up. And, I'm actually trying to think of, like, what symbol she would want. I'll tell you later.
That's
I
fine.
guess.
Yeah,
But,
that's fine.
I will go ahead and pick it up. And how big is it?
It's about, it's not that big. It's about the size of, it's not going to work because I'm British and such, but it's about this big, about the size of a coin this big.
About a nickel or a quarter.
I mean, what? Okay, Tom, what size is it in British? And I'll see if I can convert it.
Well, it's a £2 coin, so.
I guess, yeah, kind of the same size as a quarter, I guess.
Give or take, maybe a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
I think like the gold rim makes it a bit bigger.
Mm.
But it's the same size. It's the same size as your previous symbol.
Yeah.
And I guess, like, can I put it around my neck again somehow? Like, make
Yeah,
it a necklace?
it's got the string and everything.
Yep. All right.
It's as if like it's as if like your previous symbol was just taken off and a new one was threaded in.
Right, then I'll go ahead and put that around my neck, kind of smiling, I guess.
Okay. And so as you all go to sleep with one of you on an uncomfortable wooden table, that's what we're going to call it for this.
I've been in worse places, don't worry.
That's what we're going to call it for this session.